The 30th Annual Alaska Native Art Auction, celebrating Indigenous artists and voices, takes place Saturday, March 21st at the Hotel Captain Cook in Anchorage. Information available at knba.org.
This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. A second funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security narrowly passed the U.S. House. Arizona Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva sought to create a safeguard for tribes getting caught up in immigration crackdowns. KJZZ's Gabriel Pietrazio reports.
Grijalva has been regularly meeting with tribal leaders from across southern Arizona, like the Pascua Yaqui, Tohono O'odham, and Gila River. She says they're all telling her the same thing.
DHS must consult with tribes. They're not doing it now. This administration doesn't honor sovereignty.
Grijalva proposed an amendment to the funding bill that would have required ICE to consult with tribes before conducting immigration enforcement on their land, but the effort failed.
They're all concerned with the presence of ICE and how they are profiling their members because, they might look like working people who have darker skin.
Meanwhile, Kristi Noem has been ousted by President Trump as DHS director. He named Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, who is Cherokee, as her replacement.
Removing Noem doesn't root out the lawlessness at ICE. Maybe leadership style might be different, but the end goal is still the same.
For National Native News, I'm Gabriel Pietrazio.
Ketchikan, Alaska-based artist Savannah Lukornu has been selected as this year's poster artist for the Alaska Folk Festival in Juneau. The annual spring event seeks art submissions from Alaska creatives for festival merchandise. KRBD's Hunter Morrison sat down with the artist to discuss how the opportunity will help expand representation of Indigenous artists throughout Alaska.
Could you tell me a little bit about, sort of what inspires your work as an artist?
I'm an Indigenous artist. I'm part of 3 different tribes. I'm Tsimshian, Haida, and Nez Perce. So a lot of my inspiration comes from the art styles of my tribes, as well as my family, surroundings, environment, friends, that kind of thing. So.
And could you tell me a little bit more about what mediums of art that you sort of specialize in?
Yeah, so mainly I draw and I paint. I do a lot of traditional drawing, but I also do digital drawing as well too. So working with Procreate on my iPad. And then I also do painting, mainly acrylic, but I have done watercolor here and there.
Okay, I see. And you were selected as this year's poster artist for the Alaska Folk Festival. I guess, do you have a design yet for that poster, or do you have ideas of what that design might look like?
I don't know how secret they are with it. I will say my inspirations were some of my favorite musicians in Alaska, as well as the Northern Lights.
And, I guess how will this opportunity sort of expand not only your work as an artist, but sort of expand the celebration of Indigenous people and Indigenous art?
What I'm hoping for with being the artist for this year's Folk Fest is that my art is started to seen more widely throughout Alaska, I suppose. I will say it's not my most obviously Indigenous design. I will say all of my art inherently becomes Indigenous because I am Indigenous, but at the same time, it's not, there's no form line in it. There's no traditional Native art in it for this design. But I still hope that means that people look into even my own art and see more of what I do, and that people just explore more of it.
That was Hunter Morrison speaking with Ketchikan artist Savannah Lukornu. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Kawanak Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support by the American Indian College Fund, providing millions of dollars of scholarships to Native students every year. Applications are accepted through May 31st at collegefund.org or by phone at 800-766-FUND.
Support by the Gathering of Nations Powwow, The last dance is this April 24th and 25th at Expo, New Mexico. See the outgoing of current Miss Indian World, Dania Wawasuk, Saturday, April 25th. Tickets at gatheringofnations.com and at the gates.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.
The 30th Annual Alaska Native Art Auction, celebrating Indigenous artists and voices, takes place Saturday, March 21st. Corporate sponsorship opportunities are available. Information at kmba.org.